It is Ujval from the Geo-Negative axis. I got my little crown today. Silver, platinum, how do you like it? Alright, we're gonna see what the universe has in store. Uh-oh. Okay. Although Geo-Negative did become clear and evident to be like a lake as I was meditating in early autumn middle day of 2016 by one of the Berkeley, California, the concept was raveling within me for some time, and I even quoted it in context before. As it was underdeveloped thought residing in me, I could perceive, but didn't fully understand how applicable it was. Basically, what that means was I was seeing different places like this, double negatives. Like I was seeing if a person is negative, and then they're negative to somebody else, then they get a dual response. That is something different from just one response, believe it or not, because then it becomes two people that can concern themselves. So right away they have more chance. So that's one concept. So I was seeing things like that throughout my whole throughout my life. Even as a kid, I could see that math applied to the world, and things were negative. But then you have to see also they didn't fully explain what negative is, because it's also negation. That's the main thing that they've left out. the very important thing that makes it completely differentiated knowledge, let's say. So the first evident appearances I saw was simply arithmetic as a double-based negative. Makes a positive, and that love was a negation of the self. Therefore, it was a prosperous way to make work or motion. Love means to show care, compassion, adoration. So that means the way to work, the best way is in a loving way. That's what that meant. See if people don't understand it. If you work in a loving way, things are much easier and better. So the Geo-Negative book is also teaching how to love. You have to pay attention to details. And that's why I say, hey, you can always correspond with me. But this is also a life lesson. It's a life lesson to take off from wherever you are, because it's going to unlock new potential. How is it going to do that? Because you're going to understand how things work. When you understand Geo-Negative, you understand how things work. Geo-Negative is a matter, let's say, where light is, and then you have the thing that makes light work, or the thing that makes light give energy, is Geo-Negative. So if you explain how things work, then you could work anything. So from your standpoint, you could get the knowledge to work things either differently, betterly, or more, productively for either, so you can get a raise or whatever. So it could work different ways, right? Okay, so I saw these things first about negation and said, with many not fully knowing that love is the reason for life, and it is the true religion. But few know it is negative. People are used to saying be positive, and positive is a level of cheerful or some ideology they spoofed up, when in fact it's just negation of bad things as before expected, or things contrary to our progress or happiness. The other big conception is that negative plus negative equals positive is only for math and academics, when no, it is real life, it is real as per life. If you put something that negates something that is negated, you will have negated their negation, and thereby make something. How does things first begin? It's through the negation of negation. So when something no longer not wants to be, then it becomes, right? So if you're sitting down and you're saying, I no longer want to just be an assistant, I want to be a manager. So now I'm going to do whatever it takes. That's a certain level of negation. So we also, when we say be positive, we're also actually just saying be, negate your worries. That's actually what we're really, how to be positive is to not talk about your negative. So really it's actually to negate your negatives. Therefore it's a double negative context, and that's why it becomes a positive. So the thing is how to get a real positive out in life, how to make a real positive as opposed to a fake one, which leaves us dilapidated and non-kind science. So, I'm going to draw here. Now we're going to read a little Gita and see what the holy book has for us today. So it says, this is a good one. Buddhi Jnanam Asammoha Kyamashatyam Dhamasamha Sukham dukkham bhavo bhavo bhayam cha bhayam eva cha ahimsa sammata tushtish tapodanam yasho yasaha bhavanti bhava bhutanam mat eva pratagvadaha. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, sense control, and calmness, pleasure, and pain, birth, death, and fear, fearlessness, nonviolence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy are created by me alone. So this is a very good verse because it's saying exactly what we were saying. How do you substantiate things? By that, by the double negative process. So it's the same thing. Krishna's saying all these things, charity, austerity, they're all coming from me. They're all coming from my potencies. How does fear become? How does death become birth? They're all coming from Krishna, he says. These are all my potencies. They're created by me alone, infamy. So that's what we have to look out for, and not think that we're creators or they're the creators. Hey, so, Mr. Sam, he's the person that does he's the one that makes the pipes. No, it comes from from the intelligence of the divine, first of all, to make those things, and to put them in and everything also takes some intelligence. So really we have knowledge, calmness, pleasure, birth, pain, death, fear, fearfulness, nonviolence, satisfaction, austerity, charity, are created by me alone. Also, the merit within them, the thing that's potent, that makes them good, that makes them great, that makes them give you things, that makes them grant things like knowledge or peace of mind, peacefulness. Be able to teach peacefulness is coming from the Lord alone. So how do they work is by Him. So if you get something from austerity, you understand that you got it from Him. That's what He substantiates it, right? So it's like if you have a check, it has to be substantiated, right? You can't just write it out yourself in any bank number and make it up. It has to be a substantiation. So He says, I'm substantiating these things. I'm making them exist. Austerity, all these things alone are me. So anyway, that's also part of the double negative axis process. So we want a good process that is more natural, more fair, and that's what we are trying to pray for and have. This is Ujval, and get the book if you haven't. I'm also doing wholesale order. I'm trying to do wholesale orders mainly. The book is very genuine. It's a good start with the G&A. It will get the ball rolling more too. The more books that come out, the more content that it needs to come out. So, and this content is unlocking new potential. I'm telling you. You could listen to all the other guys. Yeah, they might have all the millions and all that stuff, but they're not exactly telling you how they do it. They're telling you how to honor the way they did it. It's moreover, you need to know how they actually did it. They don't even know themselves. A lot of them don't, because they just followed a process. They got greedy, they got hungry, they had the right connections, they were the right color. All these things come. It's true. It happens a lot. Not all of them. Some of them, beat the odds, and they're even more about it. There's a lot of tales, but a lot of it has to do with not being an influence, etc., etc. The more you can stand on the radar, the more that they. Anyway. So what I'm saying is that you can unlock your potential and be part of what you need to be doing and do the best for yourself. That's more important, because certain others are not exactly going to tell you. They might just cheat you. So you have to be understanding that, and by doing that you can harvest yourself and figure this out yourself. When you get the book, you read it and it'll help you to understand it, and it's in language you can understand. Because we all have something in us that is capable of doing a lot more, but we're not identifying it because we're getting caught up in another idea. Oh, that idea, his idea. No, actually, if you want to get hungry, you need to talk to people who actually haven't made it yet, believe it or not, who actually who aren't satisfied. Right? All right. Well, that's it for now. And Geo-Negative @mail.com, Geo-Negative@mail.com. Get in touch with me, and we can discuss more about possibilities. All right, take care.